This is Thomas. Every morning at 6 a.m., he walks home from his shift as a warehouse security guard, passing windows where families are already starting their day. He is trapped in a state of passive living, expending all his energy just to survive while the rest of the world advances. His schedule is a chronological cage. He works through the night and sleeps until 4 p.m. By existing out of sync with the world, he remains stagnant, asleep while the gears of society are turning. He wants to learn new skills and apply for better roles, but his body is depleted. After 10 hours on patrol, his physical exhaustion vetoes any attempt at upward mobility. He lacks the energy to even open a book. Sheer hard work applied within a reactive system like this is a trap. It guarantees survival for another week, but it offers no path to growth. The breaking point occurs when his mother collapses from the stress of a life spent in manual labor. Sitting in the hospital, Thomas realizes that his current strategy, simply working hard, is failing both of them. On the bus ride home, he notices Mr. Chun, a successful business owner, sitting calmly and reading at 6 a.m. It is a striking contrast. A wealthy man choosing to be active and focused at dawn, while others are either asleep or dragging themselves to work. Mr. Chun introduces him to the concept of the magic hours, the window from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. To access it, Thomas has to overhaul his sleep schedule. He must sleep immediately after his shift ends at 6:30 a.m., get 5 hours of rest, and begin his real work while the world is fully awake. These morning hours offer a mechanical advantage. They are a pocket of time entirely free from notifications, the demands of employers, and the noise of the world. It is the only time you truly own. Day one is brutal. Forcing your body out of its comfortable circadian rhythm causes immediate physical aches and mental resistance. To push through that friction, you follow a strict allocation of time. Hour 1, 5 to 6 a.m., is for building high-leverage skills that increase your value. Thomas chose to study accounting principles and data management. Hour 2, from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., is for fortifying the body and mind. 30 minutes of physical movement, then 30 minutes planning the day's objectives. This ensures you aren't just reacting to the day, you are leading it. This math reveals why the habit is so effective. 2 focused hours every day multiplies into 14 hours a week, and eventually 730 hours over the course of a year. 730 hours is the equivalent of 91 full workdays. By waking early, you effectively grant yourself a 15-month year. This isn't a personality trait. It is a measurable, compounding time asset that allows you to outpace those living in a passive cycle. The first 21 days are the biological hell phase. As this graph shows, your woo power is the only fuel keeping you awake as your body fights to return to its old patterns. Around day 30, the lines intersect. Your neurological pathways begin to adapt. The daily friction of waking up drops, and the behavior starts to become automatic. By the 90-day mark, the effort stabilizes. Waking at 5 a.m. is no longer a chore you perform, it is part of who you are. This is a complete identity shift. Thomas reached this stage and found that the Excel formulas and accounting concepts he once struggled with were now intuitive. He was building a new professional foundation in the quiet of the morning. This 90-day process rewires the brain. You transition from a passive consumer into an active builder of your own life. The payoff arrived when Thomas applied his morning work to a real-world problem. He saw that his warehouse still tracked inventory on paper logs, leading to constant errors. During his 5 a.m. sessions, he developed a digital reconciliation tool. When he presented this to his supervisor, he demonstrated a technical proficiency that the company urgently needed. On day 87, he was promoted to a day shift role in accounting with a doubled salary. This new trajectory allowed him to provide the medical care and stable housing his mother needed. He was no longer just surviving, he was providing. Even after his promotion, his coworkers were surprised to see him still starting his day at dawn. They assumed he could stop now that he had reached his goal. But Thomas understood that success is not a destination. It is a daily practice of claiming the hours the rest of the world wastes. To replicate this shift, follow 3 specific steps. First, set your alarm for exactly 5 a.m. Place the device across the room so you must physically stand up to turn it off. Second, Choose one specific, high-leverage skill to build during that first hour. Commit to that single objective strictly for 90 days without exception. Third, protect your 9 p.m. bedtime. Evening distractions like endless scrolling are the actual enemies of your morning success. You cannot win the morning if you lose the night. Tomorrow morning, you face a choice: the immediate comfort of the snooze button or the discomfort of building a new life. The future version of yourself is constructed entirely within the unglamorous, uninterrupted hours before dawn. That work begins tomorrow at 5 a.m.